Well, I guess I am doing a video after all. I wasn't going to do one for today. I was going to skip it, but once again, I cannot sleep. So here is a video that I've entitled, this is for July the 10th, and I think that's the accurate date. I've been putting the wrong dates on things. But July 10th, this is Friday, and the title is The Illegality of the U.S. System of Law. And the blurb goes like this. The United States has gone astray, badly. The land of the free, falsely so called, has been corporatized, thus nullifying the United States Constitution and the Articles of Confederation that preceded it. One needs look no further than the current rules about operating a motor vehicle on public roadways. Here's a glaring example. Quote, the right to operate a motor vehicle, an automobile, upon the public streets and highways is not a mere privilege. It is a right of liberty, the enjoyment of which is protected by the guarantees of the federal and state constitutions. End quote. U.S. Supreme Court rulings on this are as recent as 1963. There may be some even more recent. A list can be seen here, and I provide the link. The actual title says no license necessary. The link forgot the word no, but that is the actual title when you click on the link. So in any case, why am I doing a video on this? Number one is because somebody sent it to me and reminded me of the truth. Now, when I was stopped back in September, I guess, last year, they wanted me to produce a Florida driver's license. And I had an international driving permit. And I had watched videos of an individual from New England. I can't remember, Vermont or New Hampshire, one or the other. And he consistently drove on his international driving permit and was acknowledged by the police in that area. I felt that that was a valid document. I learned different. I spent a night in jail, had to get my car out of impound, had to go pay all sorts of fines, which are still happening. And I'm told that they will not, 20 years I have before they will nullify the ruling from last year. I tried to get it nullified so that I could not have to pay $275 more per 6 months because of that ticket. That's what it cost me per 6 months, $275, and that may, of course, increase in future times. That's just the current 6-month period. In any case, it ticked me off, but what could I do? I had to get a Florida driver's license and become legal. But what I was doing, actually, even without the international driving permit, what I was doing, operating a vehicle on public roadways, was perfectly lawful according to the U.S. Constitution and its predecessor, the Articles of Confederation. It was absolutely the law of the land. We do not operate in the United States any longer based on the law of the land. As I said, the United States has been corporatized. Corporations now run the show. The Constitution is meaningless to corporations. They run by their own charters. They run by their own rules. And their rules are restrictive and vindictive and support, as I said, private enterprise. All of our prisons, they're not county prisons or state prisons or even federal prisons. They are privately owned, privately run corporations for profit. This is an atrocity. This is an absolute slap in the face to everything that the United States has ever stood for and everything that the United States means to people that are awake enough to pay attention. The problem is most people are not awake enough to pay attention. They let all of these things slide by so that the corporatization of America has been able in our lifetime to go from the 1960s, possibly even later than that, to where it is now, where all of our rights are trashed and we don't have a government. We have a criminal enterprise running the country. And I, for one, want to make you aware of this. That's why I put the article in there, the link, so that you can actually read the court rulings. And there's a whole list of them. You can read them for yourselves, and you can see how far astray the United States has gone in its criminalization of the government. And that's exactly what it is. The government is a criminal operation, and people are the victims of that criminality. If they were to release the people from jail that are there on false charges according to the Constitution, at least 3/4 of the jail population in the United States would be released and set free. Probably greater than that, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 90%, but I'm going to say 3/4 to be on the conservative side. In any case, I want to make, again, you, the people, aware of where we have gone, because as long as we let it slide and let it slide and let it slide and don't call them on their bullshit, we're going to continue to have to put up with the kind of treatment that I received and that many receive at the hands of police who have been poorly trained and indoctrinated with ideas that are foreign to the United States Constitution and to our founding fathers' documentation that they provided for us. So anyway, I hope this opens the eyes of a few people and enables you to look at something with a different mindset. As long as you're silent, as long as you choose to be silent about these things, and as long as people just let it slide, it will continue until such time as the whole thing collapses, which hopefully isn't that far in the future. But I wanted to share this with you. I wanted to get it out there so that you would consider just one area where the corporatization of our nation has robbed us of our rights and robbed us of our dignity and undermined everything that we were initially created to stand for. Thank you for listening.